Hey everybody, it's Everett back with you from Hood Time Welding. I forgot to start taping before I got started. I was just going to take the wheel off and then start taping, but I forgot and I sort of got going. So what we have here today is this is the pipe that used to be in there, and as you can see, it rotted off. So we got to get that replaced, and we got to get this section here replaced. Right now, I'm working on there's a bolt stuck in here. I think it's a rubber bushing in there. I've squirted it with WD-40. I'm going to try to get it to drive out. It's just not cooperating. I just cut the end of the bolts right flush with the side. We'll have to put this shackle back on later. So what I'm thinking is, I already got this side cut flush, but I actually might even come back a little bit more. I haven't decided yet. This side I definitely am cutting flush to here. I would have preferred to go halfway in between here and here. And then that way you're connected here, and you can see that there's the top rails up here, and that would have sort of tied it in a little bit better, but the way it's in there, I don't know if I'm going to be able to, so we're going to have to see about that. But either way, what I am going to do is I'm going to have some inner liner go in either end, and that's going to be a little tricky getting that in. We're going to have to figure that out, but we're going to drive it back. On this one, we're probably going to come back to about here, and on this side at least to here. And we're going to have an inner liner, then the actual pipe itself that's on the outside, so that you're tied in better here. So I'll do the inner liner, or I'll put a stub here, weld that in, or leave just a little gap so I can weld that into the pre-existing, and then I'll have my other one, my one that I actually have, and I'm going to weld around that, and that's at least what I'm thinking right now. That might change. You know me, I get working and decide I don't like that, and I go with something else. So we'll have to see how that goes. Like I said, right now I'm just trying to get this pin out. I'm going to try to get these ends cleaned up, and then go from there and figure it out. So let's go ahead and get started on this. So we've got it all fit in. You saw on this side, I made it 3 inches long, left an inch out, and drove it in 2 inches, and then I actually welded around it. On this side, to be able to get this end in, I only could make it about 1 inch long. So what I did was had it sitting back in here, and then I drove it in so it's, or I had left enough space that I can move it, and I got it moved in so it's at least into this pipe some. But I'm not as worried because I've got these two welds here and this side rail to help with this end, where this end was just a free floating piece. So that's why I wanted the longer piece down here. Now this is a channel that's how they mounted the shackle on. So I just pre-fit it and got it. So this is sitting at the same angle as that. So when the shackle goes on, it'll all be at the same angle. I didn't want to put the shackle on because I did measure off the other side, but I don't know if this thing's quite square. So I'll actually put the shackle on this one and push it up and then figure out where it's going to sit. Just in case it's a little bit different from the other side. I don't think it should be, but you never know. This trailer, you can tell, is pretty well, let me see if I can show you. It's pretty well beat up. It's not going to be hauling anything heavy with this. This is just like a junk trailer, but it's still worth fixing up. So yeah, like I said, we're going to go ahead and get these ends welded up. And you can see in this one, I've got enough room on this side at least where I can get a good weld here. And where the cross member hits here, right in here, I can get a good weld right there. But I can get this sleeve welded in and then actually weld it on here. So that should work pretty decent. But like I said, the big thing was to make sure this end especially, we wanted that extra support. This end, it was important, but not as important because like I said, we have this this piece right here. So we'll go ahead and get that welded up, and then we'll get this shackle on. What it ended up being, there was a rubber bushing in here, and I don't have another one. I'm going to let the customer know. I don't know if he's going to worry about it, but we'll replace the bolt, get that shackle up in there. So let's go ahead and get this welded up. So I went ahead and I'm showing you from the back side. Now it's a little hard to see, just I'm limited on space, but you can see where I was talking that I could tie into that. Oh, sorry, I could tie into that beam right there, and then that's welded all the way around. Before it wasn't. Sorry, just getting up. So let's go ahead. So I got that side welded in. Same with this side. You can see where right here was where the splice was, and then I actually filled that totally up. You know, I welded the piece in first. I know I missed that. I wasn't paying attention, didn't turn you on. Sorry about that. So you missed some of the welding on the outside here, but I went ahead and got that welded in before I welded this. So that joint was a butt joint that I welded all the way in, caught that end of that sleeve. Then, you know, did these, got all the way around here. Now for the shackle, I don't know if you saw, but I had a, I pulled a measurement from the front of the tongue back to the front of the shackle, or the front of the spring here, off of both sides, and got it matched up because when this broke, this axle pushed back a little bit. So we had to get it pulled forward again. So yeah, I like I said, I did it to the front up there, right to the very front from both sides, so like a triangle. So that way I can make sure this one was lined up with the other side. That was the only place I could really see and know for sure that it was gonna, you know, that's where it's gonna pull from. So that's where you want this. All right, I was gonna say something and I forgot. But anyways, I think I got her pretty good. It's not perfect, you know, this isn't the greatest trailer. But yeah, I had to put a sleeve inside here because the plastic one, you know, you saw me melt out. So I got a steel sleeve, put it inside here to take up some of the slack. Had to go get a bolt that would fit, and then just welded it all up. Now I'll just give it a little coat of paint. I know the rest of it's not painted, but the new stuff I always put on, I at least throw a little quick coat on at least. So as usual, I hope you enjoy the content. The next video will probably be on doing the back. I was splitting it up into 2 videos just so they're not too long. But any comments or questions, go ahead and ask. I try to answer them right away as soon as I see them. Big thumbs up is always appreciated, and we'll catch you on the next one. Talk to you later.